Hey Jono, hey Modular World. Welcome to another edition of Gerald's Gjear. Sorry I can't be there today. I am taking my first ski trip of the year, so I'll be on the slopes right now. Probably listening, might even be in the chats, but wanted to make sure that I got something out there. So today we're going to be talking about taking a really simple drum beat and turning it into something different with glitches and texture and how to accomplish that. So there's a lot that you can do to make boring drums unboring, to make them interesting. And a few of those types of things are some pretty obvious stuff, layering. If you have let's say an analog kick that you're using a sampled kick with it in combination, and maybe not, you can put it through a sequential switch so it only kicks in some of the time, so some of them have a little bit more of an impact than others, or different textures. Even if you don't even add two kicks together, you can add a crackling sound and put that with a little bit of reverb, and so that every time that it has that kick, instead of just having that kick, you have this more crackle, lo-fi type of thing that's going on with it. Lots of cool stuff that you can do with layering. Other things that you can do, obviously there's just a world of effects. So one of the main things that people do to make drums interesting is modulate the actual drum source or modulate the filters. So I'm bypassing all of that just to show some other techniques and really what effects can do. In this case, using the QuBit Data Bender and the Error Instruments Liquid Glitcher and Strymon Magneto. All of these are going to be controlled by the Acid Rain Maestro for CV control, and gonna use those things so the Liquid Glitcher, again, it's two different oscillators. There's a main oscillator and a sub oscillator, and there's also a drum hit in there that you can use too. And layering that on top of it to add some glitchy and oscillating sounds that are still percussive. They're still percussive because I'm using a VCA in order to get that, giving it a smaller envelope time into the VCA. So instead of just the craziness that Liquid Glitcher is, which is awesome on its own, but if you want to control it a little bit, you can do so with a VCA. And then with the Data Bender, we're just running the entire drum kit through that and using different modulation through the Acid Rain Maestro, and with a chain sequence going on to have step sequencing. On the corrupt and the bend, we have CV modulation with the gate triggers, and then on the bend portion of Data Bend, that's just static and set as is. So adding some really interesting glitches and texture along with that, and then both of them running through the Strymon Magneto, which kind of just, I have the crinkle turned up and the tape age turned up, giving it a kind of a warble lo-fi effect with some delays and a little bit of reverb as well, just to make it interesting. And all of that, everything here is controlled by the Acid Rain Maestro. It's a really cool step modulation that allows you not only to choose 6 different outputs, and all 6 outputs can be controlled with, you can put CV in them. I'm not doing that here, but I am using each one. You can set a different wave shape, so you can have it ramp up, ramp down, down up triangle, up down triangle, a random, a low, and a high. The low is really cool because, especially if you use it in bipolar mode, you can pull that all the way down, or really just however you have it set, but you can it almost acts like a rest, so it can be really interesting, especially with percussion, but really with anything. And the favorite feature about this is the actual chain feature, where you can quickly go in and just hit chain and hit ramp up, low, high, random, triangle down. All of these different ways to do it, and you can do it so quickly, and you can add that chain pattern to any of the 6 very quickly, and you can do it to multiple ones at the same time too, so you can have matching step sequences going on, which is really cool for layering as well. But a lot of cool stuff to do with that, and that gives you the ability to really do it in real time. You can go in there and switch them to bipolar real quick, and it changes, and you'll see that that's being done a few times throughout as well, just to give it some more variation. So a lot of great things going on with all these different modules, all controlled by Maestro. All of the drums are just running through grid as the sequencer. So the primary 3, the kick drum, the snare, and the hi-hat are all the main outputs on the grid, and just turning those up and down to add some variation to what's happening. So you'll notice the kick is the gate trigger for a lot of these effects, so that when I bring down the kick, it's going to be more spacious, and it's good to have some nice space in between with a little bit of glitches here and there, and then it gets real chaotic when I bring it all the way up. So this is kind of a real chaotic just to kind of show, but I think that what I would typically do is even set some VCAs snappier, bring it down even more, add some more space in between them, probably add some sequential switches so that it's not occurring as often as it is here, and things like that to make it interesting. So check it out. I hope you enjoy. And there you have it. So did a little bit of taking a boring drum pattern and making it a little bit more interesting with glitches and texture, and hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm also going to have on YouTube a kind of expansion of this series, so you can go to my YouTube and there'll probably be some more examples and things like that as we move along. So this one will be out shortly after. I'm going to try to have them out quickly after Modular World is over, but maybe a day, maybe 2 days if I want to add some more content, that especially for these kind of pre-recorded ones that we're doing right here. Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm getting something from the Modular World headquarters. What's that? Yes, Jono, I can hear you. No, Jono. Jono. I don't want to... Fine. So if you want to hear some more real-world examples of this, you can check out my latest album, Receiver. It's out now. It's out on Bandcamp, all the streaming sites. Go ahead and go check it out. You can hear some more examples of that, and check out my new album. I didn't want to do that. I don't care. Jono, I know we're going for top content. Top 100 content. I get it. All right. Hey, you're the boss. Yeah, yes, sir. You're the boss. Ridiculous, man. So, yeah. That's that, I guess. Thanks for checking it out, and thank you, Jono. Love you, Horseface. Hashtag no more tears.